Are you ready to level up your Photoshop game? Learn how to unleash your creativity and make your images pop. Photoshop Unleashed. Expand your artistic superpowers and get creative with inspiring techniques to freshen up your toolkit. Explore fresh tips, tricks, and creative techniques to spice things up. 'Cause we've got the secret sauce. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just dipping your brush, this will ignite your passion for creativity. Learn how to make your images. Here's an old school technique. I think it was at the Photoshop professionals meeting or something like that. I forget, but I'm just going to take this layer here, Command J to duplicate the layer. And then I'm going to grab my crop tool and use the crop tool to increase the canvas size. No specific amount. I'm just increasing it. Give myself some space. I can always crop it when I'm done. And maybe I'll take this layer here and fill it with white with the Command Delete. And I can now grab this photo and put it here. And we have just a normal photo, but how do we spice it up? Maybe we can add a layer like I did before and just make it into an old school Polaroid shot. And if you don't know what that is, I guess you can look that up while you're looking up what cassette tapes and VHSs.
Blockbuster video.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this with light gray. So I can either choose the light gray here, or I could just use like cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And if they're all 0, 0, 0, this is black, I could just add like 15% black, right? And I know exactly what color I'm getting. And I can press Command bracket to put that layer underneath. And now I have this Polaroid snapshot, which in itself could look kind of neat. I can also spice that up a little bit here by maybe putting an inner shadow into the photo right there. Just maybe make it a little bit smaller, just to give it a little bit of flavor and depth.
3D effect, yeah.
3D effect kind of. And then I can maybe take these two guys, and for now, I'm just going to merge them together, or you probably should right click and convert to smart object. I'll press Command J here, make a copy. I mean, just by itself, I could use like a marker felt and just write something and twist this to the side, and it looks kind of neat. But I'm going to use a filter to distort and shear this. And I'll put a dot in the center, and I'll just kind of drag it out a little bit, and you can see it kind of pop to the left like that.
Oh, cool. Shear. I've never used.
And then I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to Command click. If I Command click here, it gives me the selection of the contents of that layer. So I'm going to make another layer and Command delete to fill with black. Okay, so I have that layer and it's a shadow. And now I can do the exact same thing. Command D to deselect, go back to my filter, back down to distort, shear. And this time I'm going to shear the opposite way, just a little smidget. Boom. So now we have the photo, but I wish I sheared the Polaroid the opposite way and the shadow, so it would be on the right, but good enough. And now I can just go to filter, another blur, Gaussian blur, and maybe pump that up a little bit. And then maybe lower the opacity, something like that.
3D now.
And then I could even take these two and Command T, and I can just rotate them together. And then I can take in my libraries, like a thumbtack, and I'll Command A, Command C, Command W, but my W key just gave out the other day. Isn't that crazy? Wow. On my Mac. So I've been using like voice to text, and I got to say it's a lot faster to email people by talking into it instead of writing. So it's been saving me some time, actually. So I'll just get the background real fast. And, you know, obviously I might not have done it that quickly and that fast, but it's okay at this size because it's so big. Right. And then when I scale it down, I'm going to lose a lot of that fine detail anyhow.
Right.
And since that's the flat part of the image, I probably want to put that thumbtack, and I'm not sure if I deleted too much. I might have got the little pinhole. I guess I got rid of it, but it's all right. I can just kind of make another layer here, drag it underneath, and add a little black dot right there where it would be kind of sticking into the Polaroid paper. If you ever remember that thick kind of Polaroid paper. Mm-hmm. And then I can take this right here, Command click, add a new layer, Command delete to fill that with black, Command T. And if I use Command T, I can right click and do all this stuff, perspective, distort. I like using distort, and I don't really like the extra step of right clicking. So if you just hold down the Command key, I could have the distort just working for me here.
Yeah.
Just hold on to the Command key as I'm moving things around. And then I could have this little shadow, which again, I'm just moving fast. I'm not saying it's perfect, just getting the ideas down. Lower the opacity, go down to add a blur and a Gaussian blur, something like that. And I used to take like a color brown and then add noise to it and then like turn it and stretch it and it would turn into like corkboard. But instead of doing that now, I could just speak to my friend over here and just do Command A and I'll say corkboard and let AI go to work. So again, it's not just using the AI, right? We're using a combination of tools to get what we're trying to make here.
Perfect.
Not bad. I can even go a step further to get a little bit more flavor, maybe to take this.
We're
brush.
so spoiled now, right?
I know.
You don't even have to go out to get a stock image anymore. You just, type it in, boom.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I'm going to lower this flow even more. And sometimes I like to just make a big circle and kind of add a little like, just to make it not so perfect and also kind of bring our eye into the middle even a little bit more, right?
I'm a big fan of vignetting. Maybe I use it too much. I try to dial it back. But yeah.
Now it looks like a TV show or something.
And then what I should have done before I twisted it, of course, is put down like something like that. And I would turn it and put it in there.
Yeah.
And then maybe just change
PS Pop.
Like a marker.
Marker would be good.
Felt, something like that. And then maybe just lower the opacity a tad bit. There's also things I could even use using like burn.
Oh yeah, burn. Yeah.
Dodge and burn. So I could use dodge and burn. So I always use burn.
The shadows look good on over the corkboard too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes in nice, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just go on top here, maybe a layer on top, so I can just kind of take the burn and just kind of slowly go across.
Yeah, you have to be in a layer that has some type of.
I can just slowly come over here because that would be the shadow. And then I could switch to the dodge and maybe lower the brush because highlights usually be more thin, and then kind of shift back and forth where the highlight would be when the image would fold. It's very faint. There we go.
Yeah, get a little nuance to it.
Well, yeah, those little differences.
You get it. The pop, 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 pop. Hope you enjoyed this tip from headTrix training.